to go. The countdown now starting, and they go at exactly 5:30. And watch that gun go, and there will be a huge roar as the athletes get going. And those guys on the front off on the 86th running of the Comrades Marathon all the way. The uprun, the first time in 3 years we've had an uprun. And these runners now have a massive challenge of climbing all the way to the top of Bothas Hill. They go out of Durban up onto the freeway. They go down through Westville up into Cowie's Hill, the first of the big 5 hills. And you can see, Willie, that many of them have got those black bags over them to keep them warm. But it is a lot warmer down in Durban than it is up here in Pietermaritzburg. And I think they'll take around about 10 minutes or so to get over that start.
40 minutes. This is more than 10 kilometers away from the start. And the essence notes lapana sibonile futhi insizwa obongumusa laphana nokotofu sibothi abasele kakhulu abantu abaphambili esicamthike ngempela kuzoba nzima ngoba siyabona ene igap ayinkulu kubantu abaphambili kodwa ke khona kuzokwenzeka khona maduze nje lapha emakhaya babukeli sibuke
la phezukwayo kwamadoda sifika nje sibona Nedbank eqhamuka phamfondini Donovan right ngene enye team ngoku khuphe enye team.
The guys in the Mujingi group who are not strong are going to drop back, and this is where you're going to see the likes of Mamabolo and Washiwa and the very strong athlete Petrus Sosibo, who is a veteran, by the way. His first gold last year, and he's been improving every year.
So some of those names in the top group there: Taboho Sela, Butiki Yankees, Peter Matubi, Lucas Nonyala, Munzwanzele Mapakula, Ludwig Mamabola, Claude Mashiwa, Tsotong Main coming through there now, through the halfway, another Lesotho athlete. Boy, oh boy, this is a big, strong bunch now.
Ons het nou geleer oor die afgelope wedlope soos Soweto Marathon verlede jaar het die atlete van Lesotho ook deurgekom. Hier gaan Alexander nou deur en laat op 'n verskriklike goeie wedloop intellektueel en kom deur die veld en aan die einde van die wedloop is hulle die groot faktor.
Well, we just saw the Swedish athlete going through there in the Nedbank colours, Jonas, Buud, who at the press conference was talked very highly of, saying that he had won all the mountain races, but this is South Africa, Donny, and they're going to show him how to run the mountains for real.
Zet, what I've found and will find quite interesting about this race this year is that of the top 10 men, the 27 Ks to go, there was 4.5 minutes separating the first and the 10th guy. Usually at this stage we still have some quite big bunches, but none of them are running together. If I look, you know, there's like about a 30-second gap between each runner, and that's quite unusual, isn't it, Zet?
Yeah, it is, Helen, but these two guys, they're not slouch. You know, the winner can come easily out of Machipa. I know he normally bends out very quick, but today he looks very...
And there's all sorts of excitement out there. But Q, and I think it's interesting to know that these runners are running all by themselves. There are hardly any groups at all.
Most definitely, Ian, and I think that was from the strong pace that came after the halfway mark when Mujingi and them were breaking away. But we just saw Charles Gianni coming through the screen. But at the moment, through the Nedbank hotspot here, Elias Mabane, a veteran at 43 years of age, coming through nicely. And he's had a bit of an over-racing schedule this year, but so far doing well in Comrades. And Ludwig Mamabolo now coming through. He was second last year and the first South African, just ahead of Toyota's Peter Matubi. But Ian, a lot of these people in the top 10 now, I don't think we're going to see them through at the finish. There's a lot of guys coming through from the back. Jonas Buud from Sweden, one of them.
I think there's going to be a big battle for the girls. And the guys like Ludwig Mamabola, there he is in the Mr. Price colours. He was second last year. I think that a guy like Ludwig will be just looking to try and keep himself a gold. I don't think he's got any pretensions of trying to win this race. He's too far off the pace. but they've got to definitely watch people coming from behind, like Jonas Buud. And we're going to talk about Jonas Buud in just a while if we get to see him. But the battle rages up front, the two guys still together.
Yeah, we've been speaking about in the ladies' race, discussing some of the overseas athletes and how many of them are coming from a trail mountain running background, the longer distance down to shorter stuff, and Comrades for them being a shorter distance. But let's talk about one of the male athletes who has a very, very good pedigree in mountain running 100K races, Jonas Buud, and he's actually just coming through now on our screen. And he could be an interesting person in the mix. He's got a 2:23 marathon, so he's no slouch. And he'll have the strength to really tackle these last hills, although he doesn't look too bouncy at the moment, does he?
Well, he looks constant. He looks quite comfortable. Jonas Buud is a multiple winner of the Swiss Alpine Davos Marathon, which is the area where Charlie Doll made his name in Europe way back in the 90s and 80s. So there is a history of Davos Marathon winners coming through to do well in Comrades. But Jonas Buud comes here with an extremely good pedigree, multiple winner, second in the world championships over 100 kilometers in 2010, 4 times winner of the Swiss Alpine Marathon, and he's a world best over 100 miles. So one of these other guys that is running ultra distances. Positions 4 and 5. Things are changing to Tulele. Things are changing in the golds. Look what's going on there.
Yeah, you know, John said that there's 5 guys that the party is going to catch up on them. And that is happening already. Kodwa ke amadoda apha phambili wona awaphikiswa. Gap ithanda uvuleka ngoba i-gap from these guys I think is about 5 to 6 minutes, as Claude is about 3.5 minutes after the leaders.
Well, in fact, that Nedbank runner that just went through there is a chap called Jonas Buud, who's a Swede. He's done very, very interesting things. The ladies seem to run in the mountains and he runs in a treadmill. Vast differences in training, but he's in fact got some of the most interesting stats. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's got some fancy sort of marathon time with a wheelchair or something like that. I'm not 100% sure.
On those legs, and there's getting away from that. The guy's chasing, all exciting.
Well, this is a very exciting Gift Kalehe, the athlete in the Toyota colors, running a lot faster and stronger than Claude Mushiwa is in third at the moment, with Jonas Buud from Sweden just behind him, and the unknown athlete at this stage, Ian, in Nedbank colors in the 5th position there.
Well, let's have a look at as they cross over. There goes Claude Mushiwa, and he was 5 hours 11:45. So that is virtually 9 minutes between 1 and 3. So Stephen Mujingi is long gone. And in fact, Stephen Mujingi is probably storming all the way through Pietermaritzburg. But the interesting thing now, and we certainly will get back to the first 2 guys, but let's track what's happening in the top 6, because those guys are going to come through. And it's a complete contrast in sizes. It's absolutely amazing. That's Gift Kalehe, the younger brother of Andrew. That's Jonas Buud, the Swedish mountain man. He looks even taller with that white hat on. And behind it, the surprise package, the name that none of us even kind of pronounce, but it looks like Jonas and Gift could well catch up.
Ja, is Cesare van Zimbabwe. En Jonas en Gift gaan nou in 'n stryd gewikkel raak hier. En hy stryd kan hulle nog moontlik opvat tot by Claude. As Claude nou weer gaan loop, dan gaan hy 'n probleem optel. Dan gaan hulle hom hardloop. En vir Gift, wat 'n oomblik vir Andrew om sy jonger broer so goed te sien hardloop.
Yes, Gift made a very good Comrades last year by coming 15th and running under 6 hours. If he gets through today, this will be his first Comrades gold medal, and very, very good performance. But the unknown athlete in the 6th position, Cesare Masiyatsva, I don't even know who he is, Ian.
Well, if you don't know who he is, nobody does, because it really is a surprise of surprises, because in anybody's top 100 of all the journalists here, nobody would have picked Cesare Masiyatsva. Cesare Masiyatsva running in the colours of Nedbank. There he is. Looks like he's got a bit of a cramp, but all those guys are really struggling. But Gift Kalehe in the red, Jonas Buud in the green of Sweden and Nedbank. and then Chisara Matsiatsva. Those are positions 3, 4, and 5.
Ooh, and we see that Mujingi had stopped there, Ian. Mujingi had stopped and he started running again. This is a dangerous thing, Donovan. We've got Fani Machipa eating up the downhill behind him, and perhaps there might be a bit of trouble with the defending champion. Third victory for Stephen Mujingi, well done.
Well, you can see him now as he comes onto the grass, and the crowd is erupting. There are thousands of people. They're not as big as in Durban, but certainly the excitement is here. And Stephen Mujingi is taking his third consecutive victory. He was third on the last up run 3 years ago, and he's gone 2 better this year. And he really has become the new master. Svetsov won it twice in both, well, one in each direction, and now Stephen Mujingi, only the 5th man in the history of the Comrades Marathon to take 3 consecutive wins. And Mujingi now has just got about 100 meters to go. He's going to turn the corner, and it goes under the form scaff barrier, and he'll go around and he will see the big yellow of the Flora finish ahead of him, and the waving flags, the thousands of people cheering him on. The time is not that quick. It's going to be around about 5:33. Mujingi of Zimbabwe, Formula 1, and Bluff Meats takes the victory. Ticker tapes, cheers, well done, Stephen Mujingi, the champion this year.
Wel verdient, Steven. Fantastisch, fantastisch, man.
Claude Mashua, compression, stockings and all, will be taking the 3rd place, and a healthy prize money, and around he goes. And once again, the crowd that has swelled to several thousand here in the finish. Very, very colourful, lovely and warm conditions. And Mashua will make his way around. The advertising boards, which are all over the place here, trying to pick up a little bit of mileage. And 8:41, it certainly wasn't the fastest Comrades Marathon I've ever seen, but one of the most competitive, and I think there's still plenty of action to go. But Mashua playing up to the crowd now, as Kieran said, a full-time employee in the bank, and now goes under. When he turns a little left turn, you make a left turn in about 5 seconds from now, you'll just have a lovely view down that finishing straight, the yellow Flora branding all over the place.
Oh, brilliant run by Claude Mashua. Not a full-time professional athlete like a lot of the athletes are running against, but 5 hours 42 minutes. He's finishing in his best ever position. Claude Mashua, 3rd place, Comrades Marathon 2011.
Well done, and what do we got? We got 4th now, and that is Jonas Buud. Jonas Buud is coming around. He's not on our picture, but we'll pick him up. Another Nedbank man. Nedbank said they didn't have a strong men's contingent. Well, for once in his life, Nick Bester was wrong, because they're picking up 3rd and 4th. That's Jonas Buud, the multiple winner of the Swiss Davos Marathon, is picking up 4th place, and he ran an absolutely superb race tactically to come through. He just paced himself perfectly, and obviously he had great advice from Nick Bester as well.
Ja, hierdie Jonas Buud is 'n gesoute ultramarathon atleet en ervaring het getel. Fantastische 4de plek.
Yes, also a novice. In fact, I have a feeling that that is our first novice, Kieran.
Yes, most definitely. Jonas will be the first novice in the race, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not he comes back next year for the down run. But Gift Kalehe coming through his first time ever in the top 10 and the position 5. Donovan, brilliant performance, and keeping it in the family. His brother Andrew, former winner back in 2001.
Wat 'n oomblik vir